Well, they are right there on the catch.
Right, the handles, the floater, no. And the rebound, knock around and controlled by Omier.
Ooh, nice help.
Celestine, bounce it, Omier finishes.
And right away, Omier.
Our stat man, Butch Baird, who always loves to get a touch, couldn't quite get there. That's going to haunt him. 4-2 lead for Duke. Tossed up there, controlled by Wright.
Nice
Clock
pass.
winding down, get it inside, and Omier can. 3 assists per game certainly brings a lot of leadership and experience.
He is a winner, Bird. Made the tray against St. John's early in the year for a win.
Jaden Nunn in the game for Baylor as well. They'll work the post, Omier. Challenging Malawach, creates space, and he massages it in. Let's see what kind of fight Baylor has.
And Raph, right now, you're down 17 if you're Baylor. You got to break the game down to 20 minutes into 5 4-minute blocks. Try to win those 4-minute segments. Chip away at this lead, but you got to get stops and you got to execute on offense.
These first 4, I think, are paramount.
Omier, he drives it, and he scores it.
He has those fouls smart.
17 points. He leads all scorers. It's 51-34. Duke.
Here's the guy that's had a little duck in. Good shot, Mamala pushing him out.
Omier using that body.
He abused on that gap jumper. Doesn't he watch him the last couple of days?
Textbook form for Con Knipple. 60-44 Duke. Wright going to work against Foster. Omier with Gumba. Body bump. Baby hook.
He's just Malawach finishes the deal.
65-48. Blue Devils. Love off the drive. Omier cans the triple.
He's hit a few of those.
Madison, Mississippi. He gives Mississippi State a 7-4 advantage.
Tough kid. Pleasant, though, Bird.
Yeah.
Chatted
with him yesterday. Very confident. Omier, he's tricky. +1.
And that's that open middle. Omier carves out such a big area inside.
Second foul on Keyshawn Murphy. Lob it in.
Nice fake.
Omier. Great touch.
Great feed.
Wright trying to make it happen. Too strong. Rebounded by Omier. He'll take it back up and in. Doing all of
paint, quick kick, and Darren Warren did an excellent job of just that extra pass to find Walton.
Baylor, the 7th seed, comes in looking for their 20th win of the season. Norchad, Omier goes to work down low.
Man, he is so strong.
These two teams played just once this season in Lubbock, back on February 4th, just over a month ago. And Chance McMillan led the way for Texas Tech with 19, hitting 5.
Set in the open. They will look for him on the short roll. They will look on the pick and pop. The simplicity of how JT Toppin plays. He does not have any wasted movement when he's out on the floor. The opportunity to be a champion comes few and far between during the course of the season. Non-conference tournament, maybe. Conference play, and then you have the conference tournament, and then if you're lucky, you get a chance in the NCAAs.
And a strong move to beat the shot clock.
The officials are going to call that every single time.
In a lot of ways, it's turned into an epidemic this season.
I don't understand it. I mean, it's something that's drilled every single day in practice. Like, no coach is like, hey, when someone takes a jump shot, go right after him.
Norchad, Omier gathers and scores underneath.
He's a dude. Like Christian Anderson comes off the bench, and he is a game changer. When the ball hits his hands, he is a threat to score wherever he is on the floor. Look out.
Norchad, Omier off the lob.
Him off the block, not allowing him to catch it in the paint.
And the strength of Omier, but then he's denied, got it back. And after the block shot, largest lead for the Red Raiders. Three-pointer, a good look by Rhodes, but cleaned up by Norchad. That at 8 on ESPN, the women's selection special, followed on ESPN2 at 9 by women's bracketology, and at 10, men's tournament bracketology. It's Norchad.
with 10 assists.
And that's the 4th-3 for Kerwin Walton tonight.
Everybody's standing there waiting for Walton to move out of the corner. They're like looking like, dude,
you mean that wasn't the play? Stand around, wait till the shot clock's about to expire, and throw up a 3 and have it go. And one, Norchad Omier.
That's the finals. I think it should be no shot. If Carolina wins that game, that solidifies them almost 100% that they're going to be in the field.
Back to a double-digit lead for Texas Tech. Norchad Omier, the step through and the power move.
Edgecombe and Norchad Omier working the two-man game. I'd go right back to it.
Scott Drew also needs to find a third scorer. That the two guys just can't carry them alone, especially the way Texas Tech has shot the ball from deep. Back on the island of Omier. Norchad Omier gets that one to crawl.
A mismatch of Roach on wings.
JT Toppin rattles out the rebound. BJ Edgecombe for Baylor. They nearly turned it over in the backcourt. Texas Tech leaving the door open for Baylor as BJ Edgecombe lost it, and it's cleaned up by Norchad. Brendan Hassan over the corner. Max Jones rims out a 3, and Norchad Omier had the rebound and lost it and got it back for the Bears. Norchad Omier off the lob and finishes inside. And
Will do a stretch from the outside.
3rd in the Big 12 this year at almost 3 made threes per game.
86% of his makes are from 3. 86%.
Norchad Omier attacks for Baylor. For college basketball. Chasing down his own miss, Langston Love. Norchad Omier underneath. In the Big 12 tournament, Roxy. Connections between these two programs, and not just the head coaches.
Good pin and seal.
Norchad Omier, the slap. The lob, BJ Edgecombe breaks it up.
Yeah, he stiffed that one out.
Paid attention to the scatter report. Norchad Omier.
You come off a screen, you have to look to score. It makes the defense guard you more honestly. And if you're not available, then probably the roller is going to be open.
And the other amazing stat for Baylor so far tonight.
Norchad Omier dunk.
Give him that game. Baylor shot 58% from the floor in that game, but lost in Houston.
Turnovers, offensive rebound do that. When you get out, Houston makes a living getting 15 to 20 shots more than their opponent.
Norchad. I love highlight reel plays like we just saw. A
Great
steal
defense
for Jaden Nunn. Norchad Omier runs to the basket.
Baylor is +2 in points off of turnovers. They're +5 in second chance points. The first game, they were -22 in points off of turnovers and -9 in second chance points.
Houston, no second chance points in the first half. As Jaden Nunn getting the start in the second half, finds Norchad.
Can't give
LJ
him that.
Cryer. And the pull-up off the crossover, and the rebound pulled down by Langston Love for the Bears. Norchad Omier establishes possession underneath and slams it home.
Bounces off the upper body.
Langston Love. And the offensive rebound, the putback, Norchad Omier.
Run for TCU has tied it up. Celeste feeding Omier. Bump there from Punch. Edgecombe in the air just fired it up off the glass. Turned into a good pass for Omier off the pick.
Then they go by weight. So I was always on the bad end of it. If I drove and the guy beat me to the spot, because I was a little bit stronger, it was always a charge. And Coach Drew used to hate that.
Underneath, Omier somehow came down with it, goes back up, and it stays in. Doesn't help them at all, even though they're 500 in the Big 12, which normally 500 in the Big 12 is going to get you in the NCAA tournament. Right, stopped, he's doubled. Omier 3, good. Ball in a 7-point lead as we come up on the midway point of the second half. He's going to try it again and hits another.
When you're in this scoring drought, you have to look for B.J. Edgecombe. He's been terrific all night, or you can just make.
Oklahoma State has to go. Dean for three. Too much. And Omier corrals a chance for Baylor to take the lead. And Baylor leads for the first time.
And it obviously has thrown, it's just obviously thrown his team off.
Jennings throws it right to Celesti.
I don't have an excuse for that. Catch the ball right underneath the rim and can't finish.
You're making an excuse for a team shooting 47% from the free throw line. Beautiful touch. Norch corner, number 7, projected number 4 overall pick in the draft. He's got a single point. Omier, 2 points away from
to float.
Tipped. Omier, right place, right time, floats it in.
Do that. It's their way or the highway. But for him to be able to adjust and take things a little bit lighter than, how he would typically like it or how he typically would want it, it says a lot about Wes Miller and how much he cares about winning and how much he wants to win.
He might have gotten some of that from Roy Williams, his legendary former head coach.
But you said Roy Williams was extremely intense. I mean, Roy Williams is all.
Is Auburn your clear and away #1 team right now?
I mean, I would have to go Auburn, Duke, Houston. I mean, those 3 teams in any order.
Is 6'10", pushing 6'11", and of course Aziz Bandago is a 7-footer. So Omier giving up a lot of room there in the paint. He stays in the game with 3 fouls. And goes right to the cup, puts it off the window. Right, wiggles right around. Skillings left it out. Omier the rebound and goes right up with it and the foul. Omier goes right to work on Seamont.
Happens when Norchad Omier goes out to contest the shot of Lukosius. B.J. Edgecombe's responsibility, and his only responsibility, is to keep Dylan Mitchell off the offensive glass.
Inside to Omier, who's now scored the last 3 Baylor buckets.
Away. Omier grabs it. Shot clock winding down. Rob Wright wide open, dials from deep. Offensive rebound for the Bears. They are efficient on the offensive glass thanks to this guy with the basketball.
Late to the party, and this kid is feeling it, but you can't give him that kind of look.
Omier laboring to the hole. This is a guy in Omier who's just had to do more with Josh Ojamwina out. Trying to do more there and does.
A lot to wear that uniform for this group.
Hammond likes his odds.
Uh-oh.
That's what Tad Boyle thought, but Edgecombe loses the handle too fast for his own 2 feet there.
BJ's lost it 2 or 3 times on drives in this game. No one's touching. He just has fumbled a little bit.
Shot clock at 8. Game clock at 36. Omier, that's what he does.
Well, he's been able to force 8 turnovers against Colorado, which means they can get out and run, but they haven't been able to take advantage of that. They've been fumbling the basketball, only 4 fast break points. They've got to get more in the second half, running out. Wow. Well, we've been asking for that all game.
Colorado back in front now on a 6-0 flurry over the last minute and 8 seconds. Omier bullies his way to a field goal. Omier got a hand on it. 9th turnover of the day, generated by the Bears' pesky defense. tied at 38.
If you're Edgecombe, you have to forget about the misses. If you get an open three, you pull the trigger.
Down low, VJ Edgecombe. 50% in the second half. Baylor hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. Omier back in the game, gliding to the hole.
4 out in that zone. There's only one defender on the baseline, and Celestine that time didn't drop deep enough from his wing spot. Nice.
Omier rolls it home. Whoops in for the board. Here's the freshman at the basket, and it's blocked. Omier collects, and
Lewis open all night.
Wright wandering in, rattles out. Omier tips it in.
Attracted was the Baylor defender, but they have gotten better since the injury to Krivas because the roles have become more delineated.
Baylor still without a field goal this half.
Baylor loved this at a home run.
Inside and Omier. Townsend will try. And that missed everything. Lob, Omier. Lays it in. Jay Edgecombe, their prize freshman, a game-high 20 points. Vasar can't hit. The lead is 6.
2 possessions, you got to play quick. That absolutely should have been a foul.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In this game.
Celestine to Omier. Inside jump hook is good.
Shooting around 32% from 3 on the year. They have a lot of guys who struggle from behind the arc, but they have to know where Powell and Small is at all times.
West Virginia, no stranger to injury issues as well. Tucker DeVries out for the rest of the season. Hasn't played since early December, but officially now out for the rest of the year. Here's Omier, one of his first touches, and he scores. And here with that knee injury, I mean, they are going to create some serious issues on this end.
And specifically in the pick and pop, and because you're not really playing with a true 5, that is why you might see West Virginia later on in this game switch everything 1 through 5.
Omier and Celestine out there for Baylor right now. Starting 5 minus Langston Love. Omier gets Hansberry, falling away and still gets it to go. Javon Small still the lone bucket, deep 3. No, poke to Omier. Celestine to Omier. They didn't get the switch in time. Hansberry was late. You got one like that?
No, I don't. But TD, that's such a cool initial, right? The TD chain right there. But when he's actually able to get back on the court, a young man is going to be special. He can really play. Really good feel for the game, especially at his size. Would have definitely helped this West Virginia team on the offensive end.
Into Omier, got the seal on hand.
But just a bad decision right there by Powell.
Quick spell for Javon Small ahead of the under 12 media timeout. Right away from the screen. Omier around Andre. The easy layup.
And good. Right there, they lost Javon Small, so 2 goes towards him because they're aware of the threat that he is from beyond the arc, and they leave Yesufu wide open. The backside rotations have to be better.
Trying to go to Omier. They get it to him. Steps through, and he has such great footwork.
Because he's going to have to deal with a lot of big bodies.
And be careful that he doesn't get into foul trouble.
Absolutely.
Right, the double team comes, and then Tugler drops back. Omier going to work, reverses it and puts it in. Norchad Omier showed John for the season with a knee injury. Sharp. Edgecombe rebounds. They don't have numbers. Omier puts it on the floor and lays it in.
And they will. See that?
Wow. Oh, and Tugler couldn't finish. Looks like a pretty good pass. Kelvin Sampson,
yeah,
frustrated on the sideline.
Look at
Good
this.
look. Omier throws it down. The lead is 15. Wright looking for some help. Omier. Norchad Omier behind the back. Whoa!
11 years. They're good. Houston got a chance to win it all. NC State. Iowa State. Sorry about that, Cyclone fans. There's a rumor we might be in SEC country in a couple weeks, John. I wouldn't mind that. There you go.
Feed inside. Norchad Omier. The double overtime victory. That thriller, improbable win against Kansas in Lawrence. Edgecombe. Omier for straight on, and he buries it in all the center of the game. And this one is turned into a blowout. Omier bullies his way to the basket of the stuff. Times. Roach jumper off the mark. Good offensive rebound from Norchad Omier, up and under, and that will go. And
twice, Iowa State on the road. They had Houston at home, so some of the more challenging bouts they'll find in the Big 12 they've already had to face.
Ivy Curry lost it, Wright taking it the other way. Here's Jeremy Roach, the transfer from Duke.
Got a good matchup inside for Omier. Got to take advantage.
He called for it and gets the finish.
He's struggling to get bench production while Langston Love has provided that spark for the Bears.
And one of the bench players for UCF just threw it away. Williams was looking for Hall. Oh, none with the move. Hesitation.
This is a good matchup for him. Got to look to be aggressive. Got the big on you.
What did you want right there?
I want to see him break him down and get to the rim. But you'll take that too.
Wow, Norchad Omier of those back in the day. Make your coach Johnny Dawkins.
I tried to keep those to a limited number, if possible.
What was the number? I need to know. America needs to know.
I don't recall. I have selective memory now.
Norchad Omier, righty hook, beautiful. And Omier, response there for Dior Johnson. And they went to 9 different high schools. How you keep up with that?
Now, one thing to watch for is the Knights do have the capability to run off 2 or 3 triples in a row. We talked about how prolific their offense can be. So no lead is ever really too safe when you're going against an offense that can be potent but explosive.
Edgecombe now has that swag back to the other freshman, right? Bullet pass inside. Congratulations to Keyshawn Hall on a career that started at UNLV. I love watching that guy play.
Yeah, man. He goes so gifted at getting to the rim and finishing, using his body.
Omier, double team, don't mind it. Come on, win.
People wish to have,
that's
at
100%. That is a great point.
Yes.
And you can see that. And that's a scary notion to think about. Most recent ESPN.com mock draft has Edgecombe going number 4 overall. The vision! Get off me, young!
Shot the 3 well.
Here's Thomas. Speaking of threes, off the mark, Ojanwuna with the rebound. Wright with the ball. The no look to Omier. Down low, off the window, first 2.
First in Baylor, the miscommunication on the defensive side. Christian Henderson's going to make you pay.
So we have a tie ball game after a hot start from Baylor. Nice touch from Norchad Omier. His second ball. Here's Hawkins trying to take advantage of the mismatch with Omier on it. Couldn't do it. Wright comes away with it. What a find. And Omier underneath gets it to go and 1.
It was the best Mark Bird team of all time, but I don't know, that Cade Cunningham team was special.
Omier out of the timeout off the window.
Yeah. That's a tough move.
Spin move. Omier off the window.
When he is under control and he can...
Step back more, and the jumper wouldn't fall.
Well, right now, if you're Baylor, you just want to chip into this lead, and that's the way to do it.
Omier. Baylor coming off the loss against BYU on the road.
How about this, man? This young man, we told you about him early in the year, how good he is, and he's proven it today.
Slight difference, shot clock and game clock. Omier. Left hand, and it's good.
Feeling more confident. Cannon Catchings is him. When he can step out and shoot the three and defend the way he's been defending in the past few games, NBA scouts love him and think he's definitely a first-round draft pick.
Top 40 on Gavoni's board as well. Edgecombe, the drop-off for Norchad Omier. In their conference opener, then a 3-game losing streak, but they have since won 3 of their last 4. They show zone again against Baylor.
And this BYU zone is very reminiscent to, which is not the same level, but very reminiscent to the Syracuse zone. And that's a great pass. Contest at the rim. And that's where I think Ojan Muna can help this Baylor defense get to the next level if his backside vertical contest get better. They need better rim protection.
Well, they're down by 13, biggest deficit, but Omier is out there with his 3 fouls. Omier straight on too strong and tipped around by Ojanwuna. Right to Omier for 2. Rob Wright off the bounce on Saunders. Omier the follow.
The game today, almost like we were in the huddle. Assard wasn't expecting the pass. Now on the break, there's Omier who dunks it home. 6 minutes in, 11-11 game here in Salt Lake City. Edgecombe down low, Omier with the left hand. Good pass.
Offensive glass. I mean, they can manufacture extra possessions.
They're not as deep at that spot as they have been some of their best teams over the last decade.
They've had 3 or 4 of those guys, but when you've got a guy like Norchad Omier at 6 rebounds in the first half to go along with his 8 points, and we didn't even talk about him. I mean, near double-double in the first half.
Yeah. Showed a replay up on the big board. Fans thought the ball went off of Baylor. Out of bounds. Not reviewable. Omier shoots a 3. Good! With a hand in his face. Edgecombe's got that big man on him again. That's pretty good defense. Left hand, no good. Weak side rebound, Omier.
Back to that. Work that Edgecombe, Omier on-ball screen, and then play out of that.
He's taking time with the weave action. Yeah. Smart. Omier, open 3. Got it.
Baylor looking to get a little momentum here before half.
A little 2-for-1 here to close out this first half. Edgecombe. And Omier knocks down the 3.
He's been the best player on this TCU team, especially in Big 12 play. They're without Frankie Collins, the Arizona State transfer. Watch out. Oh, pretty move.
Averaging just under 19 a game in Big 12 play. Here's Omier. Working on Diallo. Off the window for Norchad Omier.
Who just grew up about 45 minutes from here in Harker Heights. There's a mismatch.
Omier, soft touch.
Nice job, Jamie Dixon, right now, because they played so poorly in the first half and are still hanging around. That's nice.
How about Omier? Yeah. Here's Wright. Another 3 attempts. This time it's good off the hands of Norchad.
Oh, what a performance.
Back here in Waco, we are under the 3-minute mark. It's nail-biting time for the Bears. Up as many as 12. They're down 6 and now down 4 after.
Tip. Omier and Owaka to jump it up. Baylor has the basketball, and we're underway here in Tucson. A conference game between the Baylor Bears and the Arizona Wildcats. Omier got stopped. Fans wanted to travel. Goes left hand. And remember they are without Modias Kribas, season-ending ankle injury suffered in December. Tommy Lloyd said he thought Kribas was going to end up being their best player.
Yeah, compared his size and his length to Donovan Clingan.
Omier gets the three to go. They built a 22-point advantage. Omier on Townsend. Omier up and under with the left hand.
On to Oakland after not receiving one single D1 scholarship out of high school.
Pretty amazing, right? A guy that didn't get a D1 scholarship offer, walked on in a mid-major, and now in the transfer portal.
Well, we did play Kansas my senior year in the tournament, and it was my final game of my collegiate career. They beat us in the Sweet 16, but never made the trip.
Omier going to the hoop against Quaint. He's one of the best shot blockers in the country and goes on the reverse layup.
Putting an end to that little 5-0 run.
Freeman short, back to Nunn on the move. Shooting almost 50% from three this season. Jaden Nunn has been tremendous. Omier gets it to go. Roach inside, blocked from behind by Freeman. Omier offensive rebound and the putback. Adam Miller, a very good three-point shooter, over 45% on the season. That was his 27th of the year. First field goal of the night. Inside, Omier against the freshman Quaintance. Got him in the air and finishes over the top. To lead all scorers, make it 18. That's a season high for him. This crowd wants to get in it. They want a big run.
They've been chomping at the bit all night.
Every time they've gotten on their feet, it's been Baylor and a lot of times BJ Edgecombe. That time it's Omier from BJ
in the corner and gives the Sun Devils exactly what they needed.
The closest they've been in the second half. Omier three. Got it. He's hit two to end to shoot for Freeman. Little hesitation, layup inside, and another point-blank miss in this extra period.
The shots have been there for Arizona State. They did all the heavy lifting to get to overtime, and it just seems like not getting the good bounce offensively on some of these shots.
Have to have a stop here. 90 seconds to play. Omier, pump fake, driving, jump stop, contact, lays it in.
Nobody in America has as many dunks, getting that back door. Then Bendago is a miss by Cincinnati. Sees Roach fired up court to Omier. The long touch.
Anytime a shot goes up, you have got to find a body.
Two-point game. Omier finds himself in the paint. That's his comfort zone. Didn't look so comfy. Into the forecourt goes Dayday Thomas. Oof, like a surgeon, cannot finish. And here comes Rob Wright spinning out of the pack. Boy, Rob Wright, that ball is like a yo-yo. Great dish and a finish from Omier. Edgecombe, wow, puts it in drive with the left hand, just misses. Omier finds a way to get the offensive board. May have shuffled his feet, no call. His third. Rob Wright controls, bodies with Thomas, into the corner. Jeremy Roach slips it back door to Omier. Omier seemed to hang in the air forever, comes down with it. He's encountered just about every Cincinnati defender on the way to the hoop. Shots off from Mark, but there's Norchad Omier.
In Cincinnati the other day, and what a big win on the road.
Yeah, Tommy Lloyd just turning 50 years old last month. This team is rolling right now. Happy birthday, Coach. Omier tees up a three. Splash.
Fun matchup at guard, don't you think, Rich?
Yeah, and Roach going against a couple bigs, gets by him. Jackson the block, and Omier the follow.
Matchup 1-3-1 they have as well at the half court. There's a variety of approaches, and these three guards have to be aware.
Baylor almost has 4 guards out there right now in a 3-guard look.
And he's short-handed, as you noted early. He's teeing it up again. At the fifth one.
He's
it's a bonus once in a while, but get him a nice crossover.
Edgecombe. He can't get that to fall. Takes it away. Fresh shot clock. Roach.
Pretty pass.
Delivers, and Omier with a
alluded to earlier. Unfortunately, both teams ice cold from 3 in the early go. Utah 0 for 3. Baylor 1 for 7 from beyond the arc. Now wholesale changes. Omier off the nice feed. And that officially does not count. We're being told if they miss that free throw, everyone here gets cupcakes. Not so fast. Here's Omier left alone. Got to live with that. Madsen knocked away at the other end. Do we have another highlight? Yes, we do. Love. No. Omier. Yes. Miami, same thing with Jeremy Roach. 2 of the prized portal pickups, and he wanted them because they know what it takes to get to that promised land. Here's Omier. 13 points, 13 rebounds. Now make it.
Final tune-up. It's Baylor and Arlington Baptist. Tip in the air and controlled by Baylor. VJ Edgecombe has it. He'll give the ball back to Jeremy Roach, and good to see Jeremy Roach back on the floor for the Bears.
Yeah, he was out with concussion protocol. I think he banged his head on the floor against UConn and had to sit out a little while.
There's Roach making his presence felt quick.
Oh, this is a dream job for him.
Played for the great Gerald Myers at Texas Tech. Short mid-range jumper left side is no good. The miss there by Isaiah Melvo, and rebound by VJ Edgecombe for the Bears. Baylor is back in the top 25 this week. They had a 2-week absence. It's somewhat hard to explain if you look at the 7-3 record. 3 losses, yes. But Pat, the losses to Gonzaga, to Tennessee, and to UConn.
And hopefully, I think they're looking to make Ojanwin more of an offensive player. Like that move there, that's a shot that he's got the green light.
In from the right side. 3, right side, shot no good. Edgecombe the rebound. Long outlet pass to right. Gonna give it to Norchad Omier, who's back in. He banks it in. Short jumper is good. That is Isaiah Melvo. First points for Arlington Baptist since the first 109 of the game.
Well, you said coming out of the break, John, that Bubba was coaching them up. He is. I mean, this is an opportunity for them to play one of the top 25 teams in the country and get ready for their conference schedule.
6'7" senior from Wichita Falls.
Yeah, and he's got his hands full right now. Ojanwin is more of a screener than a threat to score in the low post, but that's what they wanted right there. And that's a
boxer.
He's out of this play.
2-on-1 break. Roach left hand layup, no, but Omier with the follow flush.
Starting to play really well.
Second double-double of his career. Here's Omier, the breakaway, and the lay-in is good.
Won't go for Bladen.
This is a program that is used to having success. They know what it takes to win games, and they are not afraid of this moment.
Great pass and almost considered an additional pass, but Omier calls it. And Norfolk State able to grab that one off the window.
Ings whips it into Bladen, stolen by Love. It's a 3-on-3 break the other way. Love lobs, and a great adjustment by Norchad. Murray State racer, former JUCO All-American. He's already claimed three Conference Player of the Week honors in the MEAC this year. Omier with a confident take. He's got a chance for a three-point play. Years, Baylor has had the Big 12 preseason Freshman of the Year. The last two have gone on to win the award. Another turnover from Norfolk State. And to wake up and make your way to Foster just paid off. A little sugar rush in case you drank the decaf. Anytime a visiting team misses back-to-back free throws, Omier rattles home the trifecta. Ryan Moore.
Good fadeaway. Get into your mid-range jumper. Creating the separation by fading away. It's a tough bucket by Moore.
Lob into Omier. Oh my. One. See what Wright has in mind. 11 points, 11 assists.
Oh, man.
And that'll tie the freshman record for assists.
The heart of Texas Coliseum. This feels quite different in 2024. So you see Robert Wright, the freshman. He is talented. He played in huge games at Montverde in high school. And already an impact is basketball history. And they missed their last attempt. The only miss from three coming from Edgecombe. Inbounds to Ojamwana, gets it into Omier, recovers after he lost it. This is Rivera. Williams tried to keep it alive. But Williams and Madden 0 for still in the first half for Abilene Christian. Credit Baylor's defensively executing the scouting report and taking those two guys out. But that was a must for Abilene Christian. Omier high off the wind. Road game. They've won their last two at Omaha, at New Mexico State.
And as a coach, Coach Brett Tanner, you know, when you roll out of bed in the morning on game day, you got to know that, hey, Keon Williams, he's walking in the gym with 12 points.
Right? Feeds inside to Omier. See if they count. Edgecombe able to beat the pressure. Lob. Omier finishes it.
They're defending the three-point line. And they've done it in a major way. That type of defense carries over, especially during conference play when you can limit teams' three-point efficiency.
Right, nice look. Omier finishes with a left hand.
CBS Sports Network highlighting had that been completed.
I mean, Abilene Christian's only turned it over 6 times, so. Omier off the window.
That's fair inside Gamble Pavilion, and we appreciate you spending your evening with us. Off we go.
That steal. Brandon Glover right now. The Huskies go a little man-to-man. And this is a man, by the way, number 15.
Yeah, Norchad Omier for Baylor. They've got a lot of good ones, but he is a double-double machine.
Weave, middle roll, empty side.
There is Omier. Late shot clock here on the first possession.
A pretty solid defensive stand early here.
That's the spot he likes to get to, and what a tough fadeaway for
Mahaney with the right give at the right time.
That woke up 10,000.
They have to tie stops together, though. Baseline, floppy set, pin downs, nice pass.
Wright feeds it in, and that quiets the crowd. They just haven't been able to get it in there.
Right. And it is terrific defense, too. With pin down, boy, the activity. Omier, look at this kid.
What a nice feed by Wright.
Post ISO, very tough, one-on-one.
Trying to stop an 8-0 run, and that will do it with emphatic fashion. See what they set up.
In the corner.
Yeah, they were trying to get it to Nunn. Instead, it's Omier. Well, that'll count. He'll have a chance.
This season, still early in the year. UNO's had one home game. They played Troy. Everything else has been on the road. Everything in December will be on the road.
How about that?
Yeah.
Not one home game scheduled in December.
Wow.
And you know what they're doing in that league, the Southland Conference, great league, is looking to win the league, win the tournament, get their way to the NCAA tournament.
Ooh, nice drop off. Jaden Nunn drops it in the lap. It is 45-23. Baylor on top. Jeremy Roach walks it across the timeline. Lobs for Omier, and he banks it in.
What a great pass from Roach.
In double-doubles for his career, 72. Think about that, 72 double-doubles.
And in career rebounds.
Yes, yes.
He's just a beast. We said before the broadcast, John, he has been better than advertised.
Backing down, Thomas takes him to the rack and banks it in.
And what do you do with that? Cutting hard to the basket, and his teammates are looking for him. He's cutting, he's got his hands up, he's making himself a target, and you can see an example there of how active he is, and that activity leads to productivity.
Whoa, Norchad Omier with the left.
Plays that don't show up in the box score that help you win.
Jaden Nunn outside to Rob Wright. His shot is no good. Rebound underneath, put back by Nunn is no good, but that man, Norchad
Wright was terrific off the bench last night, and the hero is Jeremy Roach. Misses his first attempt, but Omier on the offensive glass powers it up off the window and in.
That's a strong move because Omier is one of the strongest postmen, the down front line players there is. He bumped right off him, still maintained control.
Omier steps into a three, banks it in.
Message to the team in the locker room. He took a deep breath and said, find number two. Somebody's got to find number two, please, referring to Chaz Lanier. Coach Drew went on to say, too many turnovers. We're getting bullied on the glass. Poor transition defense. We have to get better in all those areas.
Omier goes off the window.
In North America. And we just started direct airlift from L.A. On Alaska, and JetBlue, we're super excited about it.
I'm a California-based coach. You've got some elite women's teams coming in. Gino Ariema just clinched the winningest head coach mark in women's college basketball history earlier this week. He's going to bring that record, all those championships, to this event. And then more men's teams will be here next weekend. So you're really just getting this thing off the ground with 10-plus days of basketball here.
Oh, absolutely.
They really do. And they sleep on one leg.
No, absolutely.
Well, it feels like every time we come here, and Kyle and I have been fortunate to now do this event for 3 years in a row, but there's always something new, right? I mean, you got a new jazz ball. 6 minutes left. Tennessee has led wire to wire. A couple of quad one wins for the Volunteers should they hold on. Nunn recovers. Edgecombe on a bounce. Omier. Look. 12 had Gonzaga opening night. Virginia last night. Tennessee in this game. And then UConn a couple of contests from now.
The Baylor so far has played one of the toughest schedules in the country.
They get it back to Omier, spinning around Phillips, and he uses the
open player cutting to the basket.
Nice start for Ejiofor, the junior from Garland, Texas, who spent a year at Kansas out of high school. This is his second season with Rick Pitino at St. John's. Love out of the shot fake. Omier out of the shot fake, and he lays it in.
Move the basketball, the defense has to shift. And if they don't move on the pass, they're going to be late recovering. That time, allowing the open three-point shot.
St. John's shooting it much better from the perimeter than they did Sunday at home in the Pitino-Pitino matchup at Madison Square Garden against New Mexico. Wright lobs it in. Omier catches and scores. Ejiofor connects on the second. The lead is 14. Nunn sneaks inside, feeds it to Omier for the... Smith finds Richmond for three, and he missed everything. Omier can handle it. He goes coast to coast. Count it! And a foul.
And he's not just doing it
for himself and his company, but he's been quite an inspiration for our young people. He's been holding camps. He's involved the local community very much in what he's doing. Yes, now, and so this is one of those marquee events for us that we continue to support.
Zuby Ejiofor continues to get just about everything he wants in the low posts. Edgecombe out of the shot fake. Roach tried to knife inside. Now Omier late in the clock corkscrews downhill and muscles it for the Johnnies to stretch this lead to 4. Edgecombe glides inside Omier. That's what he's been doing. Cylinder and will play at least 5 more minutes. 13 and 22 matching up in the 3rd week of the college basketball season. Kadari Richmond had the floater to pull St. John's even with 7 seconds left. And Edgecombe misfired from the corner with a chance to win it. Roach, well, he thought about it. None picked up by Smith. Into Omier. The right-hand hook settles in. It's in crunch time of this overtime game. Omier puts it on the deck, hangs, and it bounces out. Gets it back, and he puts it in, plus the foul.
I think Baylor has a really good chance that they can stay locked in like they were against Arkansas.
1 of 2 free throws by Wright. Look at that pass. Inbounding back to Roach, puts up a 3, skips over the rim, no good, but a rebound. Houston, we'll give you the starters here in just a moment. That's the outside 3-pointer in the air. That one is no good by Josiah Hammonds. He's the senior guard from Chicago, transferred from Incarnate Word. Sam Houston, like Baylor, is 1-1 on the season. Edgecombe down low to Norchad Omier.
What's it in the game? All threes. And that's their chance to win this game tonight is make a bunch of threes, and they shoot them at a 47% clip.
Pretty impressive. Drop down low. There is Omier again. Omier on the assist. It's a 6'5" game.
Well, Sam Houston comes in limping a little bit. 2 starters are out with just injury problems. They'll be back, but they're not available tonight.
Wow, that Omier, they're 9-24.
Yeah, the Bears at 39. We still have 7:20 to go in the first half.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Alley-oop from Jeremy Roach to North. 35. Roach in the paint. Outside to Nunn. Could it be another one? Not this time, but it's tipped in by Omier. Assist, like you said, and 22 made baskets.
You know, when you're making shots, those assist numbers are going to go up. But they're making shots because they're moving the ball well, they're passing it, and the shots are taking their high percentage.
All right, here we go. Start of the second. Ojanwuna holds his ground. Pass back out. Oh! Mid-paint jumper, no good. Rebound, none for Baylor. I think they talked about defense in that Baylor locker room at halftime.
I think they did. They should have if they didn't. But knowing Coach Drew, they're going to have to defend this year better than they have the last couple.
Ojanwuna to... Oh, okay, we'll check on that.
No, tell him.
Omier into the paint. Runner, no. Tip, no. Second tip. Third tip. Fourth tip, and the Bears get it in. See if that's...
Hero, one of the most athletic big men in the SEC. That was John L. Davis's first shot as an air ball. 4 impact transfers on this Baylor team this season, and Omier is one of them. Norchad Omier. Freshman Wright playing the backup right now, but he may not be the backup in the second half of the season the way he's been playing.
He may not be the backup next week.
Look at Flan. Moving his feet, staying in front of Wright, has to get rid of it. Anytime on the shot clock, inside, and Omier lays it. Outside continues to start this game for Arkansas. Omier showing the strength, gets his own miss. Wow, and he is just too tough inside. Now wants to post him up. Kick out, 3 ball. Omier with position, the offensive putback.
Omier, not what you want in conversion offense, to dribble into a tough, long 2.
When you look at this Baylor team, they go really about 7 deep because they're still without Langston Love. Inside, tough finish by North.
Beat the floor, takes it for granted, lowers the shoulder. That's a big call with 4:32 to go.
So for Davis, he picks up his third. Baylor, a 5-point lead. Omier comes down the middle, and there's no help.
Arkansas with only 5 fouls. They have one to give. I would not give anything easy at the rim if I'm Arkansas.
But Baylor's been able to play at their own pace for most of this game. Inside they go to Omier, double team, and it doesn't matter.
Easy because they have so many talented scorers on the court. I think Rob Wright III could do that, but they also can create a lot of points off their defense and their pressure.
To the basket and the lay, and a pretty drive by Norchad shooting to start this game. Loose ball picked up in a Gonzaga turnover. Here comes Baylor and Jaden Nunn. Nice drop off and the lay-in by Norchad. 16 assists on 22 buckets. And one, Norchad Omier down low for Baylor.
Let me say one thing to UCLA. UCLA, please hear me. You need to give a statue flanking.
They've made 9 threes. And Gonzaga, it's been a balanced attack. Dolan Hickman's got 17, Grant Ike 15 in the big second half. Braden Huff 12.